Hey everybody, welcome back. If I look happier today, it's because I was able to get out and go shopping. If you watched my last video, you know that I had been stuck inside during the snowstorm for about a week and was not able to get out and go shopping. But I did get to go shopping, and so I have a little bit of shopping footage for you, and I have a little bit of a haul. And while I was shopping this time, I was thinking how I always have three different mindsets every time I'm sourcing for my Etsy vintage shop. So in this video, I thought it might be helpful just to give you the three approaches or mindsets that I go through when I am outsourcing to see if yours matches mine or if you have one that I don't mention. Enjoy this little bit of shopping footage, but come right back so you can see what I actually bought, and we'll talk about the reasons why.
So the only store that was safe to get to as far as the roads, because it was snowy when we went out, was Bright's Antiques, and that's in Franklin, Kentucky. Almost because it's a straight shot, and the road that gets there we knew was already clear. So the only thing about sourcing at an antique store, you know, is the prices. So you really do have to kind of look for those booths that are on sale. And luckily there was a few booths on sale and at some good prices because people had not been out shopping in over a week. So the booth owners, I think, were trying to mark things down in order to move them. Now, I'm showing you this Southwest stuff because I have been seeing Southwest stuff everywhere, and that's going to make more sense to you when you see my haul. This look right here pretty much explains how all of Nashville was looking after this ice storm that we recently had. We're just a little disheveled down here. Here's Miss Beasley. I actually still have my Miss Beasley doll from when I was a child. I actually kept her. Very interesting, and we've never seen this in this store before, but someone did a church clean out because this was like an entire communion set. It had some rosaries, a lot of crucifix that were basically like altar crucifix. They had a little bit of weight to them. A lot of them were very substantially priced because of the heaviness of them, but very beautiful. I do think these would sell. I'm pretty sure that's why they cleaned them out, knowing that they could resell them, but we just couldn't afford them for resale. This I'm showing you because I actually sold one like this Pegasus clock. It's been years ago, but I did sell a clock just like that. Mirrored vanity trays like this sell very well. This one I was contemplating picking up because it had like a really unique look to it, but I didn't get it. They do sell well if you see those out. Apparently someone's grandma's over here just sitting on this couch waiting for you to get done shopping. Hello, it's me, it's Grammy. A new little case that was in the store since the last time I had been in there, full of salt and pepper shakers. I love me some salt and pepper shakers. They were actually fairly reasonably priced for what they were, very collectible ones, and it was kind of fun just to go through them, but they had a bunch. The frog. This booth is one of my favorites just because it has a lot of top tier stuff. I can never afford anything in there, not for resale anyway, but they do have tons of stuff. Like, look at all these bracelets. They really do curate a good booth as far as a lot of mid-century items, and they just have a whole lot of stuff. So it is nice to go in there and look around if you just want to get lost.
I'm sure there are many different mindsets that we all go through when we are out trying to find things to resell in vintage, but I noticed that I kind of lean towards the same three. And it doesn't mean that I use like one approach every time I go. It means that I use all three of these every time I go. The first one is actually strategy and market awareness.
And all that means is we're looking for what's selling right now. This is what we're all doing. We're looking for those trends. We're picking up those pieces of brass, the things that are really selling that we know that are repeat strong categories. And we're going off of data and not a gut feeling.
Number two mindset or approach that I take when I am out looking for items for my vintage Etsy shop is curiosity.
So this is basically going to be what catches your eye, what stops you in your tracks. Like for me, it might be something pink, something really beautiful I've never seen before. So the curiosity factor is something unusual, but it also can be profitable.
This is also good if you're trying to build a niche. Say your shop is mostly like a certain thing, then you might look for those curiosity items if that's the way that your shop goes. And also, this is the one that I like because it does keep sourcing fun. You can get burnt out if you're always constantly going to try to find the things that are selling well, because the fun of thrifting is the thrill of the hunt. And the thrill of the hunt is finding unusual things that you think that other people might also like and sharing it with them. At least that's what it is for me. And then number three, the third mindset that I have when I'm sourcing is price point.
Price point is always going to be your best friend. Low cost equals you can safely experiment. Like I can get this because it was free or it was $1 and I can see if it's going to sell. Not picking up junk, but basically low risk opportunity buys where the price is too good to ignore.
And those are the three mindsets or approaches that I take when I'm outsourcing for vintage to resale. Perhaps they are the exact same for you. I'm sure a lot of them are. If you have a different mindset or a different approach that I didn't mention, please let us know in the comments below, because we like to learn from each other and I'd like to know what you're thinking about when you're outsourcing. Now let's go check out this haul and see which one of the mindsets was I thinking of when I bought these items. I picked up this really pretty vase. It is a flamingo vase in black. It has like the basket weave on the back. It has a little sticker down there, but it's pretty much torn off, so I can't really tell the company that made it. This first piece is a great example to play off of how all three of those mindsets can work together. Is flamingos, they do well for me. So there's market strategy. Two, emotional attachment. I was drawn to it because it's pretty. It's got a flamingo on it. And then third, price point. Because it was on sale for 50% off, I got it for so cheap. The next item I got was this really cool hurricane candle holder. So a hurricane lamp, but it's a candle holder. So it's got a little spot for a taper candle. And then it has this little shade that goes over it. And this right here was what drew me to it, was the cat design. I honestly think you could use it without the glass part and it might be just as cute sitting like this with the little candle. The next three items I'm going to show you are very Southwest. And the only thing that I can think of is that it was an emotional attachment, because I remember these being so popular, like around 89, 90. The first one is this. This is just a little, it's like a foam resin type wall decor. And this actually was from Frankie's Designs. And this is 1990. I don't know if you guys remember this, but themes used to be very, very popular, especially for people's kitchens. My friends and I, when we first lived on our own, we had apartments. And I remember that my first apartment, my kitchen was black and white cow themed. And my best friend at the time, her kitchen was all Southwest. And so this brings back so much memories for me. I don't know if you guys did that, but themes, especially for kitchens, were very popular in the late 80s and early 90s, probably going on into the 90s. I think my kitchen over the years has had probably 20 different themes. I've had roosters, I've had sunflowers, I've had it all. But this reminds me of that. I did get this for a really low price point, and it is very lightweight. There's a lot of these on the market for sale, so I don't know that I'm going to be able to get a lot for it. I love to pick up these tiles when I find them because they're very pretty, and they do sell pretty well for me depending on what's on them. This was a really pretty colors of like a Pueblo village, and it is an Italian tile because it's marked Italy, but this is the little sticker where I'm sure this was decorated at, which is in Santa Fe, New Mexico. This is very Santa Fe to me. And there is kind of a resurgence of 80s stuff in the Southwest, depending on what you get. So occasionally I pick it up, and it's a sheer emotional thing that I go for it. And sometimes I've gotten stuck with stuff that didn't sell, but if it's pottery, tiles, or something like that, usually it will sell. There is some home decor that looks like this. I'll try to pop it up on the screen that I have that hasn't sold yet. So I don't know if this type of stuff will sell quickly, but we shall see. We're here to live and learn from each other. The other Southwest thing I bought was this bolo tie. Guys, my thinking might have been way off on this, okay? It is this enamel steer head, and then it has this cord, and then the little brass ends. Now, first thing was it caught my eye. Emotional attachment, it caught my eye. The second one thing was the tag, and I need to talk to you guys about that too. The tag says 1960s enamel Texas Longhorn bolo tie. Okay, tags can screw you up. Let me tell you why. Sometimes the people don't know what they have. They're just putting it on the tag. And so things that you see on a tag are not necessarily true. This person may not have known this for sure was from 1960s. They could have just been guessing. Because when I Google Lens this, I couldn't find any that looked exactly like this, except for a whole bunch of ones with a similar design, but this was plastic, that were being sold on Temu. And so I thought, if I got duped, I got duped. But I did get it because I thought it was cool. I don't know why. I think it goes back to the nostalgia of the 80s. Just like I was talking about, we had the different themed kitchens. Very big when I was about 18 or 19 was country line dancing. And we used to go country line dancing all the time. And we used to dress Western. And I had probably 8 bolo ties that I wore with denim shirts all the time. In fact, I think I made a short, and I'll try to link it for you below. I think I made a video about the bolo tie that I still have, because I did still keep one of my bolo ties. Now, I have sold bolo ties in the past. They do sell. They do have an audience that is looking for them. However, I'm not sure about this one because I did get a little duped by the tag saying that, thinking, oh, well, it is enamel. It's got to be old, but I'm not real sure if it is. Snapping out of my Southwest theme, I went straight into the Asian theme because Asian stuff does sell well for me. But we saw this little box. It was very intriguing. I opened it up and it had all of these. I don't know if I'm going to be able to show these, but it had all of these little masks in there. So it had these little, and they look like they're made of clay. So they're little clay, basically what they call opera mask. And most of them are almost similar in color, except for this one's a little different. And let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it has 6 of these little Asian opera masks in there. And we did look it up, and some of them were selling for quite a bit and some of them weren't. I'm not sure how desirable this is, and I'm gonna blame this one on my husband because he picked it up. He thought it was really cool and he wanted to take a chance on it because the price point was low. So every shopping trip, I give him one thing that I'm not allowed to veto because he is so good about helping me. And so this was his one item that I was not allowed to veto. And so we're going to see how this does. Then I found this little sack of cookie cutters. These were so cute. They are Hallmark cookie cutters and basically can be an ornament because they have like a little eyelet at the top. But I found 2 of the St. Patrick's Day ones, and you can hang them as ornaments, but they're actually cookie cutters. And they're in great condition because they were never opened. I did look these up and they were selling for a lot more than that. So I have 2 of the little leprechauns and then 3 of these, which are the Cupid Valentine Day cookie cutters. And they also have the little holes so you could hang them as ornaments. I think these would make really cute ornaments. So I had 3 of those. Those were in great shape too. 2 were still in the original bags and then 1 without the bags. Then I found these 2 cute necklaces with the little jelly belly centers. This one is a little poodle with like a yellow little jelly belly cabochon. And this one is a little cat with, this is actually more purple in person. And these are vintage, I'm pretty sure. And they were put on different style chains. So the cat is on this really long chain. I did actually buy this one to possibly give as a gift. So that might be a gift for someone that has a birthday coming up. And then the little poodle, I just thought was so cute. I would have loved it if that was pink. If that was pink in the center, I probably would have kept it. But he's on a shorter chain, but also a vintage chain. And then I saved the best for last. This I actually saw when we very first came in, sitting in a case. And I thought, wow, that is so cool. This thing is very unique. It's kind of rare. I have not seen one of these before, not in this shape, but it is a heart, and it's got like a celluloid type red background. And then it has 5 photo frames, a little cherub, and it's a gold tripod easel. Now it has a lot of wear on it. See all that rust and like wear? And then it has its little sticker there from the maker, but it's really pretty, and it has like this really unique look, I think. And I thought this might be really cool coming up for Valentine's Day. Now these little things come off, these little frames, they just pop off. Okay, so that's where one is. You just pop them off, and then you can change out the picture. So you can take the picture out and put a picture in there, and then it has like a clear, little plastic that goes over the picture. It just snaps right back on there like that. Okay, check out these expressions though. The kid, the 2 girls, and the dad, not happy. Mom's a little bit happy, maybe delusionally happy. And then, I don't know, that it got a little messed up, I think, or he's a little dirty. And then there's the cherub in the middle. I just think this thing is so cool. The problem is I did pay up for it a little bit. I paid full price for it because my thinking was I was probably going to keep it for myself because I just think it's really cool. It's one of those pieces I love to find in vintage where you're like, that's pretty cool. Like, I don't think anybody else would have one of those. But I have actually listed it. I've decided to try to sell it. I do have to ask a little bit more for it. So it's one of those things where because it has some damage, you're always thinking, am I going to be able to get my money back out of this? So you're going to have to wait for the right buyer with something like this. So I'm going to wait a little bit and see how it does. If it doesn't sell, it's no biggie, but I would really like for someone that appreciates it as much as me to want it. So we'll see how this does, but I just thought this was so cool, especially for Valentine's coming up. It's just one of those really unique pieces. And that's all I got this shopping haul, which is not too bad. All for today, guys. Thank you so much for being here. Hopefully this was a little bit helpful and a little bit fun. Say a special thank you to everybody that reached out to me on my very last video. You know, in life you have ups and downs, and I think I was just feeling a little unsure about what I was doing and things about YouTube and reselling in general, and everybody was very encouraging. And the thing is, I appreciate that from you guys so much because my main goal when I started this channel was to be encouraging to you. I want to be your biggest cheerleader. I want to help you succeed. And so the fact that you reached back out to me and you encouraged me, I just want you to know how much that meant to me. I thank you guys so much. When I say you're my pink truck pals, I know that's kind of corny and cheesy, but what I really mean is I really look at you guys as friends, and I appreciate you, and I appreciate your encouragement. Hope that you are doing well wherever you are. I hope that your business is doing great. If you are not a reseller, but you just hang out with us because you love vintage and seeing what's out there, I hope you guys have been finding some really cool pieces as well. Anything that I show in this video, if I've had time to list it, it will always be listed below. My Etsy shop will always be listed below. If you want to get a better look at something, you are welcome to go click that link below, and it'll take you over there where you can look at better pictures of things. Until next time, guys, take care of yourself, stay positive, keep being the beautiful, encouraging people that you are. Continue to spread that kindness wherever you go. And I will see you very soon in the next video. Bye for now, guys.